What's good with the fight fans, man? Back with the winner for the giveaway. Missy W 738, man. She picked Ferguson. That she didn't get any points for that, but all of her other picks were really, really, really good. Hardy by unanimous decision. Bryce Mitchell by unanimous decision. Cejudo by second round TKO. Fucking Ryan Spann by unanimous decision. So, yeah, she did really good. Um, a few of the other people that were in the contest did pretty decent too as well. But yeah, Missy W 738. Make sure you email me your address so I can send all this stuff out to you tomorrow. I'll go to the post office tomorrow and have it all shipped out to you. Congrats. Hopefully you guys made some money and enjoyed the fights. Hopefully you guys just enjoyed the fights and had some like good family time, some good quality quarantine time with everybody, and just fucking man, the card. I'm gonna do a recap right now on this video as well, so I might as well talk about it. Um, the fights that I enjoyed the most, of course, was the main event. Everything kind of panned out how I expected it to pan out for the Gaethje and Ferguson fight. I mean, I didn't know the fight was gonna be as good as it was. The fight was fucking killer. Like the fight was really good. I barely blinked during that one. But yeah, I just felt like I feel like Gaethje's boxing is too crisp and he hits too hard. Like it doesn't matter how much chin you have. Tony Ferguson doesn't have the best head movement. That's one thing that I noticed in a lot of his fights, is he has great footwork. His footwork's phenomenal. Some of the best in the UFC, honestly. And his this weird unorthodox style that how he fights is just really unorthodox, and it fucks people up. It tricks people and has people kind of second guess themselves and not really fully commit to strikes. Um, but Gaethje was fully committed to everything, and from the very start, when he landed his first left hook, I was like, oh man, yeah, he's gonna. I was sitting with my girl and telling her like he's gonna probably knock Ferguson out with a left hook. And he rocked him numerous of times with the left hook. It was a just a short, crisp left hook, and it was catching him every time. He didn't really have an answer for it. It was crazy, and Ferguson couldn't get off any of his elbows, which I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen as well. I thought he was going to land more strikes than he did, and he didn't really land that many. So I was wrong on that one. I thought for sure Ferguson was going to cut up Gaethje at least a little bit. He didn't cut him up at all. Gaethje looked pretty fresh after the fight. He looked like he'd go 3 or 4 more rounds, honestly. And Ferguson looked just like the defeated fighter. But man, his chin was something else, man. I don't really see anybody else taking those kind of strikes. Like Ferguson's not all there mentally, man. In my own opinion, I don't know the guy personally, but I just don't feel like he's all there mentally. And usually, people that are like kind of not unstable, but I guess you could say mentally unstable, they have a different type of their brain functions different. So it's kind of like I don't know, man. It's weird. It like for those kind of people, it'd be really hard to knock out, really hard to just put to sleep. Um, and their willpower. Those kind of people, like it's kind of like having I don't want to say retard strength, but like just special ed, like that type of strength. I mean, I worked with kids in the past where they had like grown man strength, and their kids they had mental problems. So it's like when people have mental problems, it's different, and you see it with Tony, man. You see it with Tony. You can't really pass that up. A lot of people say that he just does really weird shit, but it's not just the weird stuff that he does. I'm pretty sure he has some screws loose. A lot of these fighters do, but he's one it's very noticeable. That's just my own opinion, though. I don't know the guy. I mean, maybe he's perfectly fine. Maybe there's nothing wrong with him. But I kind of felt bad for him in the 5th round when he was eating all those unanswered strikes. And he was kind of doing that, like, weird, like, head wobble, trying to fucking shake the shit out of his head because he was just rocked. He was basically knocked out on his feet, damn near. I'm glad that the ref stopped in. I mean, it was just... It would have been bad. It would have been bad. Some people they kind of don't know their own strength. And they don't really know when to stop. They don't stop. You have to literally put them to sleep. And Tony Ferguson's one of those guys where it's like he might not go to sleep, but you could probably kill him. Like you'd have to kill him. Like literally, Gaethje would have had to fucking kill that dude for him to just go to sleep. And you don't want to see anybody fucking die in the octagon. We've seen it in boxing before where people fucking went to the hospital and ended up dying and shit. So just brain swelling and all kinds of crazy shit like that. So I'm glad that I'm glad the ref. Glad Herb Dean stepped in and stopped it when he did. But yeah, man, that fight was fucking phenomenal. It was everything that I hoped it was gonna be. And the Bryce Mitchell fight, dude, versus Charles Rosa, like that was something special, dude. I don't know how many twisters that fool tried to pull off, but it was ridiculous. I don't think that many twisters have even been like pursued in the whole entire UFC, like alone. Like that dude, oh man, that dude's legit on the ground. Huge fan of Bryce Mitchell. Glad he's getting his camo shorts as well. That's fucking dope, man. And Charles Rosa, like it's crazy because he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu and he's really good on the ground as well, but it just didn't seem like he was on the defensive mode the whole time. He couldn't pull off anything offensive. And I knew that Bryce Mitchell, for that weight class, Bryce Mitchell is just a bigger body frame for people to handle. So when he gets that top control, you're not doing much. He had him in the arm triangle positions plenty of times. He had him in the twister positions plenty of times. I mean, he could have pulled off other positions as well, but he didn't choose to. So that fight was that was in my top three. And then the third one would have to be Vicente Luque and Nico Price, which I knew that was going to be a fucking banger. I knew that fight was going to be something special. And I had a feeling that Vicente Luque was gonna get the dub the way he did. Not the way he did because they stopped the fight because his eye was swollen, but I just had a feeling that he was probably gonna knock out Nico Price maybe in round 1 or 2. And I'm a huge fan of Nico Price, man. Don't get it twisted. Like Nico Price is he's probably one of my favorite fighters to watch in the UFC currently. Just because he's a straight warrior, dude. He's just got that warrior mentality, that spirit, that just like, man, he's just a ride or die dude, man. Like he's gonna go out on his shield. That's the only way that you're gonna get him out of there. So you're either gonna knock him out or submit him. He's not gonna tap. Nico Price is probably not gonna tap. I mean, he did tap against fucking Vicente Luque in their first fight, but I didn't see that in this next fight. I didn't see a submission going off. I felt like it was gonna be a striking match, and it was. Luque is just a more crisper striker. I've seen that a lot in his past fights. He's a very, very crisp striker, and he keeps his composure. That's one thing a lot of fighters don't do. They don't keep their composure. But it's easier said than done, man. I'm not a fighter, so I don't step into the ring or none of that shit. I'm just a person that observes a lot. And I've observed that Vicente Luque, he keeps his composure very well, very, very well. And that's probably why they call him the silent assassin, man. You don't really know it. You don't really know you're dead until it's too late. Like with Vicente Luque, you don't know. Like he's the silent assassin for a reason. And the hybrid Nico Price is a fucking stud, dude. Like he don't back down from nobody. So everybody knows that fight was gonna be something really special. And that fight was better than the first fight because the first fight happened so quick. It got finished in the second round. But yeah, those were my top 3, man. Yeah, you guys let me know what your top 3 fucking fights were. The Ngannou fight was fucking ridiculous, and I don't remember who commented on my video before saying that don't sleep on Jairzinho. It's not that I was sleeping on Jairzinho. I just felt like it was too early for him to be fighting Ngannou. He had only had 4 fights in the UFC. I know he has a decorated kickboxing background, but once you get to the UFC, it's different. You can be a phenomenal kickboxer, but it might not translate as that well into the UFC because people are so well-rounded. And that goes for anything with your wrestling. Wrestling might translate a little bit better because that's a very good foundation to have, very good base. If you start off with wrestling, I feel like, and you're actually really good at it, I feel like that's going to be that's a good starter package. So if you start off with wrestling and you work your way to some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and then you start working on your striking, then it's kind of like your Muay Thai or something. And then incorporate a little judo in there. That's like the perfect fighter, damn near. That's like GSP, man. And and GSP got inducted into the Hall of Fame, the UFC Hall of Fame. That was about time, man. He deserves it, dude. GSP's a fucking legend, dude. Living legend. I love GSP. GSP's dope. Between GSP and Anderson Silva, I know those are both really cliche people that like everybody knows and everybody's a fan of. But it's not really cliche because they're greats. Like, how can you not like those guys? That's like saying you don't like Kobe Bryant in basketball, or you don't like Allen Iverson, or you don't like Michael Jordan. You might not like them personally, or their attitude or their personalities, but you got to respect their game. And GSP and fucking Anderson Silva, dude, those dudes are fucking legends, bro. Like, seriously. Yeah, I mean, I can't really say enough about those. Those two have always been in my top 10 fighters. Shogun Hu has always been one of my favorite fighters as well. So yeah, I mean, I gotta make a new list of top tens pretty soon, man. I'll do a video of my top 10 fighter, UFC fighters. Maybe I'll do like current video and then my top 10 overall, like of all time. Um, and then I can hear from you guys and see what your guys' top 10, going from like ranked 1 to all the way to 10. That'd be pretty fun to do, a good video to do. But yeah, Missy W738, congrats. Hopefully you get some good cards in the box. That'd be cool if you got a Conor McGregor auto or something, or some kind of relic or some shit. That'd be pretty dope. Those ones are going for a few grand right now, some of them. So yeah, I mean, once Conor McGregor goes into the Hall of Fame, those are gonna be worth a lot of money. You might be able to put a down payment on a fucking house with that shit. But yeah, that's my recap, man. I really enjoyed the fights. Stay tuned for fucking what am I trying to say? Wednesday, the fights with Glover Teixeira and fucking Anthony Lionheart Smith. So that's gonna be the card looks halfway decent. It doesn't look horrible. It just doesn't look as exciting as the one that we just witnessed. But it looks like a pretty fucking good card, man. I always like watching Anthony Lionheart Smith fight because everybody always doubts him. Everybody just thinks he's just kind of like I don't know what they think of him, but yeah, people just think that he can't fight or something. But it's like, dude, this guy's legit, dude. He can fight. And then he just had a story of like some fucking guy that tried to break into his house and shit with his kids and his wife. Like, I don't know if you guys seen the video on that of him talking to Ariel Helwani about that, but you should check it out. It's pretty crazy. That's really all I have to say right now. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. I'll be doing another giveaway pretty soon. I don't know what I'm going to give away next. I want to think of something a little bit different. This giveaway was going to be a Justin Gaethje autographed glove, but I didn't want to do that yet. I'll build my way up and do some different things. Maybe do some Roots of Fight stuff and just some random prizes, dude. I like to keep people entertained, keep it fun, and I also just I like to give. I'm a giving person, so I like to make things a little fun for everybody, you know, especially during these rough times with the quarantine shit and like all that. But I'm not gonna get into that. Yeah, everybody stay blessed. Like, subscribe, comment.